When someone beats their chest and says, I can be your best friend or your worst nightmare, listen carefully. They think they are offering power. What they're really offering is instability, because no healthy person builds connection with a threat attached. Now check it out. Let's break it down. That statement sounds confident, even assertive, but underneath, it's not confidence, it's control. It's a warning label disguised as charm. They are not telling you they are loyal. They are telling you they are volatile. And volatile people come with fine print. They will show you warmth when you are in agreement, but chaos when you're not. Their peace has condition. Their friendship has terms. And their nightmare side isn't a defense mechanism. It's their default when they cannot dictate the outcome. Now, here's the masculine truth though. Stability doesn't need to make threats. Not at all. Real power doesn't announce options. It's the option. A strong man or a strong woman doesn't say, I can be your worst nightmare. They say, I will stand where I stand, and if you cross the line, I will move accordingly. Quiet strength doesn't roar, it acts. This best friend or nightmare mindset isn't new. History is full of people who believed fear was leadership. Check it out. Kings who ruled with terror to maintain order. Bosses who threatened loyalty instead of inspiring it. Partners who confused dominance with love. Every one of them eventually faced revolt. Why? Because fear maintains compliance, not connection. In ancient China, right? We know about the legalists, right? Legalist rulers governed with harsh punishment. They thought fear would build stability. It built resentment instead. In Rome, tyrants used threats to silence opposition until their own guards turned on them. Even in modern workplaces, you have met leaders who say, I can make your career or I can end it. This is just, I'm sorry. They think they are inspiring respect. They are sowing rebellion. Now, zoom into relationships. It doesn't matter what kind, romantic or platonic. It's the same pattern. Someone says, I can be your best friend or your worst nightmare. Translation, I don't do self-regulation, I do emotional blackmail. That's not partnership, that's a hostage negotiation. Because healthy people don't need dual personas. They need boundaries, not split personalities. They can disagree without exploding. They can hold space without control. But the ones who threaten nightmares, they don't want partnership, they want power. Now, here's psychology behind it. People who lead with extremes usually come from chaos. They have learned survival through control. Being unpredictable was once protection. Maybe sometimes they grew up in unstable homes. Maybe manipulation got them attention. Maybe they equate intensity with intimacy. But come on now, in adulthood requires evolution. If you bring survival tactics into relationship, you will survive, but you will never thrive. Masculine truth is this: peaceful people don't need props. They don't audition for loyalty. They let consistency build it. If someone has to promise you heaven and threaten you with hell, they don't know what peace looks like. They only know performance. And this is the comedic truth in here. Imagine someone saying, I can be your best friend or your worst nightmare. That's like a mechanic saying, I can fix your car or I can set it on fire. My G, how about just fixing the car? You don't need two modes, just do the job. How about? In life, you want people who can hold the middle ground, who can negotiate tension without swinging to extremes. Because if they love you one day and loathe you the next, you are not building trust, you are building trauma. Now, check this out though. The real test of maturity is not how someone behaves when they are happy. It's how they behave when they are hurt. The best friend or nightmare type, they weaponize emotions. They call it passion. But passion without principle is just power without peace. Let's not kid ourselves with that. Because different culture teaches the same lesson. Check it. In Buddhism, balance is wisdom. Extremes cause suffering. In Stoicism, emotions must be mastered, not magnified. In African proverb, the loud drum breaks fastest. Noise isn't strength, it's a cry for validation. A truly grounded man or woman doesn't have to declare duality. They have a standard. They can walk away without exploding. They can stand firm without flexing. They don't need to remind you of their storm, they prove it in their calm. So what do you do when someone throws that line at you? My G, you believe them the first time because they just told you the friendship, relationship, or partnership comes with a fuse. And when, not if, when it burns, they will call it your fault. Distance in this matter is protection. You don't negotiate with instability. You don't build peace on top of landmines. If friendship requires fear, it's not friendship, it's servitude. Because here's the masculine truth. You can't be friends with someone who views connection as leverage. You can't build trust with someone who threatens peace to prove power. And maybe, just maybe, if you feel the need to announce how dangerous you can be, it's because deep down, you know how fragile you are. So what happens when someone beats their chest and says, I can be your best friend or your worst nightmare? You nod. They're saying this nonsense from their dirty mouth. You step back and you let them perform the show alone. Because life is too short to catch yourself in someone else's drama. Well, unless you really believe walking on eggshells is the price of being in someone's life, that is Wahala Reloaded. I'm out.